And you can see my screen, right?
Yes.
Okay. So what we are going to do today is the activities. The topic name is activity management, in which we will discuss various type of activities which we can do in SAP CRM system. And why activities are important? As I had told you yesterday, activities are for the employees of a company in which we are implementing SAP CRM system. No company can work without employees, and our SAP CRM system has given this activity management to manage the tasks of employees and the activities of employees and manage the activities which happen within an organization. Okay?
Yeah. Could you wait for Rupesh 1 minute?
No problem, no problem. I can wait.
వీళ్ళు పొద్దున్నే లేచినందుకు మన కాంపిటీషన్ ఎందుకు చెప్పు వీళ్ళు మనకే కాంపిటీషన్ బాబు అంటే మనకి దీనికి తోడైతే క్యారెట్ అని చెప్పింది ఎవరు అలా క్యారెట్ పోతా అని చెప్పింది పోతే పోతే ఎప్పుడు తెలుసుకోవాలి అని తెలుసుకోవాలి ఎంత
Rupesh.
Yes, hi.
Yes.
So, as I had told you earlier that activities are of two types. One is business activities and one are tasks.
Yes.
What is the difference between them? In tasks, only the business partner which is involved is only the employee responsible. That is the only BP which is involved in task. And in business activities, your sole two parties or activity partner, that sort of business partners can be involved.
Yes.
And example of a business activity is interaction log, because interaction log is an interaction between your company and the customer. and external BP is involved, that's why it is an example of business activity. Uh, Else examples of business activities can be a sales call, because if you are making a sales call, of course you're calling someone, and also external BP is involved. That is also example of business activity. Now, what is the example of task? Task can be, example of task can be, uh, you are preparing a presentation to show to your any sold to party. That is a task in which your employee is preparing a presentation or preparing for the meeting. Preparing the points he wants to discuss with the business partner. That sort of activity is known as tasks. And I will also show you in this statement also, it clearly says that a business activity, what is a business activity and what is a task. Now, a business activity contains information about the interaction with a business partner. Of course, I mean, a business activity contains information about the interaction with the business partner on a particular date. Now, which business partner? It can be a sold to party or it can be activity partner. And whereas a task contain information about the activities that one or more employees have to complete by a particular date. Right? A task contain information about activities that one or more employees have to complete by a particular date. For example, Kashi has given me some activities that I should, have to complete by a particular date. That sort of activity is known as task. So primarily we divide the activities into two things: business activities and tasks. You know, you can use activity management. Activity management is nothing. They are also business transaction. Whatever activities are there, they are also managed in form of business transaction. As what else we are managing in form of business transaction? For example, lead or opportunity or quotation or sales order. Likewise, activities are also managed in form of a business transaction, and you can use activity management at any time during the CRM life cycle. Now, what is a CRM life cycle? Suppose you are a customer and customer to our company, and you came in for an inquiry that mm, I want this particular thing. For example, you opt for CRM functional training. Right from the time you are a lead, you just came in for the inquiry. We told you about what sort of things we can provide, what sort of topics we are going to discuss, and then you become more interested. You became an opportunity. Finally, the company has given you a quotation that we will charge you this much, and you said, okay, I will opt for it. And in between, before opting for it, in between you say, I want to see a demo of it, and company have shown you demo, uh, and then you opt for it. Once you opt for it, you done the payments, and training started, and the trainer started training you. And after that, if you are facing any problems, he answer your questions. That becomes service. I mean, right from the start till the end, that is CRM life cycle. That is CRM life cycle of a customer basically. And in between that life cycle, you can use activity management at any time. Now, activities such as interaction log, appointments, they keep a record of any interaction that has taken place between your company and its customers. And as I said, tasks provide a way for your employees to manage their own workload and to record reminders, etc. Uh, there is also an important thing. You can mark any activity as private or public. It is up to you. Also, activity can be created as a subsequent document for a wide variety of other business transaction. You know, if you are creating an opportunity, you can create a follow-up activity for that, if anything required. Let me just log on to SAP CRM system first of all and show you there. Can you see the system screen? This
Yes.
okay. And so far in activities, are you getting whatever I'm talking to you?
Yes.
Right. I'm just logging on to CRM underscore UI, our web client. I'm logging on with sales professional role. Okay, if you go to sales cycle and if you are in a quotation, suppose all the transaction has been removed. Now what can we do about it? And I want to show you that activities can be created as a subsequent document. Subsequent document is a follow-up document for any of these transaction, opportunity, lead, sales order, or contracts. And also I want to tell you something that program accessories notepad. In activities, we have four categories. And what are those four categories? They are mentioned here: appointments, interaction logs, email, and tasks. These are the four different type of categories in activities. Can you see that? Appointment, interaction
Yes.
log, emails, and tasks. And these are the four different kind of categories. And you know, to each and every category, for example, if there is a category called appointments, to this particular category known as appointments, there is a class associated with it. The class name is also appointments, and to interaction log, class interaction log is assigned to this category. Similarly, email, class email is assigned, and tasks, class task is assigned to these categories. We will create our own categories in the system. Then after that we'll go to structure. See, I have to save it anyhow. 300027. Enter it. Now our employee responsible will not come because everything which we have customized has been removed. By default Raja comes because this is a user we are logged on with, but it is not assigned to the organization sales US sales and services. That is why the error is coming. See, you can see here error. User Raja is not a business partner.
Yes.
Also, transaction is incomplete. Enter external reference. I have shown you that how you can do the incompleteness procedure.
Yes.
Okay. Enter external reference as anything, and just remove this thing. तो फिर आओ मुझको सताओ, तेरा यकीन क्यों मैंने किया नहीं, तुझसे रहा क्यों खफा. It's a request to system, please process our things fast. System, please process our things fast. System is taking time, Arun.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, let us just go back to transaction while the system is taking the time. And as I have told you, these are the 4 categories and each class is associated with it. And also, this is the structure of activities. Can you see this diagram?
Yes.
And when we discuss the structure of a business transaction, we have 3 levels: header level, item level, and schedule line level. Activities, how do we manage activities? These are also nothing but activities are also business transactions. In CRM system, they are also business transaction and they also have a header level. Now this thing, all you see, this is all header level of an activity. On the topmost level there is a description. As in every business transaction there is a description. What do you mean by a description? See, we have copied a quotation and we have created Arun's quotation. Now Arun's quotation itself, that is a description of the transaction. You're getting right?
Yes.
That is the description. And on the top level there are details of activities. Now those details can be description of an activity, You can enter the business partner. Account is nothing but a business partner. You can enter contact person as well. Then there is date and time. Category is also in the details. What category? These one of these four categories. Now these are standard categories. We can create our own category as well. These are standard given by SAP. Standard categories. Now category is that, and importance. Maybe importance is the priority. It might be the priority, like it is a high, the priority of the activity is high, low, or medium, that sort of thing. And then there is status of activity. Status is like, is the activity open, or is it in process, or is it has been completed or not. That sort of information is there in status. And then there are various other tabs. Why I'm saying tabs? In GUI, in graphical user interface, information is on tabs. Like in our BP, address tab is there. Then there are separate tabs. These sort of separate tabs are in there. But in web UI, those tabs are known as assignment blocks. Different assignment blocks. Terminologies are different. That's it. Then there is notes assignment block, in which you can mention any note. We have worked with this assignment block during text determination procedure. We have created a business partner mega store. We have entered IAM04 mega store, and it appears when we do the text determine procedure, if you remember.
Yes.
And you can maintain any information in notes. There is organization assignment block, in which organization data for which the activity is carried out, you can enter that sort of data, the data which is related to an organization. In attachment, you can attach any documents. Like in mail, if I send you an attachment, I can send a document as an attachment in Gmail, right?
Yes.
That sort of thing you can attach here to activities as well, under attachment assignment block. And then there is action assignment block. We will discuss after activities what actions do. Date assignment block, attendees, questionnaires, etc. Now that is the structure of an activity. In this structure, all this information is under the header level only. Under the header level, it has not separate levels.
Okay.
But this is details, and these are other assignment blocks simply. Now our quotation has been created. If you save this quotation, clicking on save, and you see this create follow-up, I hope after saving this quotation, this create follow-up will be brighter. Trigger output is bold. It is not right now. Create follow-up is not bold. We cannot do anything with create follow-up. Its color is light. You can't do anything. Once we save, I hope the color of it also become bold, and we can use this thing.
Okay.
As of now, we cannot use, because quotation hasn't yet been created. So there is no point in creating follow-up activity inside a quotation without entering the information. That's why it is not appearing as bright. And so this is the structure of activities. And activities are used to, of course, activities are used to record business activities and tasks, such as activities that are carried out on behalf of the company. A business activity must have a partner, a start date, and a finish date. you can mark tasks as public or private and can cover a wide range of possibilities. For example, the preparation of a customer presentation, that is a task. Also, if you mark a task as private, it cannot be viewed by other users. That is how an activity look like in Web UI in this diagram. Also, in business transaction, activities also have a leading transaction category.
Yes.
What is the leading okay, forget it. Transaction type customer. See, now this is activated, create follow up. Earlier it was not activated, color of it was light. Right? Can you recognize the difference?
Yes.
Create follow up. Now the thing is, uh, when we have to create a follow-up of sales order, for example, from quotation, we have to maintain the copy control settings. If you remember, you cannot create a sales order from this for a new transaction type. Now this is a standard for it. The copy control settings have been already made, but when we were doing business transaction, we have made some copy control settings, if you remember, to create a follow-up
Yes.
activity. And also, for activities there is no follow-up needed. No follow-up needed to create an activity. You can create an activity as it is. You need not to do copy control settings to create follow-up activities. Now if you click here, create follow-up, a pop-up will appear which will represent what type of follow-up transaction you can process from this quotation.
Okay.
And all these things, appointment, this is the category description, appointment, and this is the transaction type, like appointment or business activity or meeting or store visit. All these are activities basically. You can
Okay.
create activity as a follow-up transaction without making copy control settings.
Okay.
So if you want, you can click any of it to create a follow-up activity. But basically we do not need it right now. We do not need it to create a follow-up for this particular quotation. But if you want, you can create. All these are examples of business activities. All these are nothing but business activities. If you go to second page, yes, all these are business activities except this tele sales, because category description here is sales order, and sales order is not present in our categories for activities. I have tell you, these are the four categories: appointment, interaction log, email, and tasks. Here the category is sales order, so only this is not an activity, this tele sales order. All other things, all are nothing but business activities. And you can check any of the activity by going to your transaction slash an SPRO, press enter, go to IMG, go to CRM, expand it, go to your transactions, go to your basic settings, define transaction types. Even this 0001 and all this transaction type 0000, it is a business activity, and with description appointment. Now the 0001, it is a business activity with description interaction log. If you click here, you can see the details of it. And this is a transaction type 0001. Its description is interaction log, and the leading transaction category here is business activity. Business activity. This. And the object which is associated with business activity is BUS 200126.
Yes.
It has all same settings as in a business transaction. For example, tax determination procedure, partner determination procedure, etc. Sales profile or data profile, etc. And if you click here, if you expand it a little bit, if you click here, assignment of business transaction categories, double click here, you can see transaction category is business activity. If you click here, if you double click here, customizing header, you will see different types of things, just like a transaction type. Like what is the priority of it? Medium, you can change it. Like it's medium by default, you can change it to high or very high or low. Because it's a standard transaction, I do not want to change it. Goals are there. What are the goals of this activities? These are all assigned to this. See, can you see here, I have told you, you can mark them as private or public. If you click here on this checkbox, then this activity will become private. If you click here. Now I'm just moving back, I'm going back. And also if you close this, under transaction, first of all we have expanded basic settings to see define transaction type. Now I'm closing it and I'm expanding the second entry which says settings for activities. If you expand it, you can see what type of different settings you can make for activities. One of the most important setting is maintain categories, goals and priorities. Here you can create your own categories, you can create your own goals, and you can create your own priorities in this particular customizing activity. If you expand it, you will see maintain categories, assign categories to transaction, maintain goals, maintain priorities, etc. You can see how to customize activity as I have shown you on the IMG guide customizing. This in this diagram they have shown you the example of 0001, which is interaction log. We have seen it, just seen it. Initially in the transaction type, in transaction type business transaction attributes and characteristics, you can change then assign business transaction categories there, then customizing at header level. We have just gone to it. Activities are CRM business transactions and are controlled by using transaction types. See, there are transaction settings that are activity specific, such as categories, goals, priorities, and activity reasons. We have just checked this activities set, under transaction settings for activities, maintain categories, goals, and priorities. We have just checked it. Now, if any case we required, we can enter products and activities and item categories. These are the item categories for activities: ACT, ACT0, ACT1, etc. Now we will go to the exercise. Now we will create our own activity in the system. Now, hello.
Yes.
Okay. Now we will create our own activities in the system by copying a standard activity. Hello.
Yes.
Okay. If you remember in the org structure, in IDES CRM transaction company, if you remember, we have created our own organization known as trade fair department. We have created our own trade fair department, but now it is not visible because the settings have been removed, and we want to create activities for that, for our trade fair department. And to do it, what we will do is, now what we will do is we will copy a standard transaction type. For example, 0001, we will create our own transaction type. Now this 0001, it is an activity. This transaction type is nothing but an activity. Also, if I go to customizing, under setting of activities, we can create our own goals, categories, and priorities. And if I expand this, first of all, we want to create some goals for our activities. So I'm clicking here, maintain goals. Then we will use these things in our transaction type. Can you see this path properly? Do you remember from where we went to which place we went to which place?
Basic settings? No, it's setting for activity.
Yes. Maintain categories, goals, and priorities. And then I'm clicking maintain goals. So I'm just maintaining goals for my activities. So I'm double clicking here. Some of the goals have already been mentioned here. For example, order placed, make appointments, etc., etc. As you can see. But to create your own goals, click on new entries and enter whatever you want to enter. Z01. Here give 01 trial order, TRAIL. ORDER 01 trial order. This is the goal I'm maintaining. And saving it. Clicking back here. And now I will mention some, I'll create, I'll create a category now after creating goals. So I'm clicking on maintaining categories here. This one. Double clicking here, maintaining categories. And you can see some of the categories has already been maintained. And I'll click on new entries, and I'll create my own category with Y01 and with description appointment. 01 appointment. APPOINTMENT. Now here this is very important, which class I want to associate with it. I want to associate appointment class with it. And I'm saving it. Now it has been saved. We have created goals. We have created our own category. Now I will want to go back to my transaction types. Under basic settings, define transaction types. Now I want to copy this transaction type. This transaction type is nothing but an activity. So I'm selecting it, 0001. I'm clicking on copy as, and here I can give my entries. For example, I will give ZB01, and I'll call it 01 trade fair visit. I'm not removing interaction logs so that we know that we have copied which business transaction. I'm pressing enter here. Number of dependent entries copied 10. Click on continue. Number of entries copied 1. Save it. Double click here. Make some changes here. For example, in action profile, you can give any action profile here. I'm pressing F4 and selecting a action profile known as activity. This one. I'm giving this action profile to it. Pressing enter. Also, I'm double clicking here. Assignment of business transaction category, business activity, selecting here, going to header level of it. Now here you can see category, right? We have created one category, Y01. You can assign that category here. This is the category we have just created, right?
Yes.
So I'm assigning this category here, uh, and under goals also we have created our own goals. So I want to assign those goals here. F01, this one, and pressing enter. Now, what does this checkbox means? It means that this particular business activity will be relevant for calendar. And if I check it, it means that you can create this business activity as private, but I do not want it. It is relevant for calendar, but you cannot create it as private. So this checkbox I'm remaining checked so that it will be relevant for calendar. Now I'm saving it. Data was saved. So I'm going back now. Now what we will do is we will log off from this and log in again, because we have made some settings in the GUI that will only reflect if we log off and log in once again. We will create this activity now in Web UI, which we have just created. So I'm going back again to Web UI CRM underscore UI, and I'll enter here the username and the password. And I will go to sales order. Oh, sorry, sales professional business role. This one, here it is. Here, can you see this, activities?
Yes.
This thing is called as work center. All these links are known as work center, and this area is known as navigation bar. In technical terms, this is known as navigation bar, and each entry is known as work center. So if you technically have to call it this thing, you will call it as can you see this work center for activities. That's how you call it technically in SAP language. So click on this work center activities. Now these are the various activities you can see here. So click on create appointment, because we have assigned appointment class to it. That's why we are clicking on it. This is our uh, that's our transaction type, right? Which we have created just now.
Yes.
Are you working on something, Arun?
No.
Okay, okay.
You getting any sounds?
Yeah, I'm getting the sounds like you're working on keypad or chatting.
No, no, no.
Okay, okay. I thought so.
Because my friend was sat beside me and he was chatting with her friend.
Okay, okay, okay. I thought Arun is doing multitasking, studying and chatting with his girlfriend.
No, no, no. Do not have too much talent.
Okay. What's the temperature in USA right now, Arun? Is it
Right now,
winters?
it's very cold. It's right now, it's 10, 12, it's going.
Okay,
It's pretty raining.
okay. Sometimes, if you are doing a particular activity for the first time on the system, as we are creating appointment for the first time, system does take more time for any activity which is happening for the first time, and then it will take less time when you are doing it for the second time or for the third time.
Okay.
Only first time it will take more time, that's why it is taking more time.
Okay.
Meanwhile, we'll just come in GUI and try to create an employee as well and assign our user Raja to that particular employee. If let's see if it's possible. BP. Click on person. I think we will face a problem while creating employee, as we earlier faced.
Yes.
Also, we have to make some settings in HR department. No, I can create employee. Click on create. Yes, title Mr. First name will create it Raja itself. Search term, let's give Arun, and country, let's give USA. If it's okay. Country USA is not defined, then US. Okay. And go to identification tab and username, give Raja here. Raja. Can you find it? Yes, I can find it. Press enter. Save it. Oh my god, it hasn't yet. Our request hasn't yet processed in web UI. Yes, now it's coming. Right? This is a transaction which we have created just now. 415126. In the description you can enter anything whichever you like. So I'm just entering account. Here you can enter business partner.